You know, life can be really stressful sometimes, and it's very important that you have ways to cope so you don't go insane.
You in the past, I'm in the future. You mad?
Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Keela Trishan, and I make videos on lifestyle, womanhood, mental health, and I throw in some vlogs here and there. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back, and thank you for your support. Okay, so today I wanted to do a different kind of video, still along the lines of what I normally do, but I wanted to just talk about some simple self-care tips to alleviate stress. So if you are struggling kind of in that area, like you find yourself always stressed out and just kind of all over the place and need some ways to unwind, go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so the first tip that I have is to create some type of relaxing like wind down routine for when you get off work. I did a video a couple of weeks ago. I will post it somewhere here in the cards, but basically I have a routine that I do most nights when I get off work. It can kind of change depending on what's going on, but usually I start with doing the dishes because believe it or not, that can be kind of like a relaxing activity for me. I usually will put on some music or I'll listen to like a podcast or audiobook and then just get to work. It also makes life easier for me the next day because I don't have to worry about like a sink full of dirty dishes. Everything is already clean and ready to go. So it's kind of like a reset for me. I also like to, take a nice long shower. I kind of switch off depending on what's going on for the day. I'd sometimes take my shower in the morning, sometimes take in the evening, sometimes both. It just kind of depends, but a nice long shower at the end of the day is very relaxing. I know some people like to take baths, like, you fill your bath water with some Epsom salt or bath bubbles, whatever you like to do. I also like to have my stress tea. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, but that's something that really helps me, like doing that kind of in the evening, and just really anything, like something where I can kind of just zone out. So create a routine for you that is relaxing, that you look forward to. So even if you're having a stressful day, you know that once you clock out, you have this whole routine to look forward to that will wind you down and get you prepared to go to sleep and do it all again the next day. Okay, so speaking of tea, consider drinking tea in the evening after you get off work. So I know there are some people that they only drink coffee. You got some people that drink only tea. Me personally, I drink my coffee in the morning and then I drink tea at night. And specifically, I've been drinking this stress tea. I will insert a picture of it somewhere here, but I also talked about that tea on my wind down video. But when I tell you this tea is the ish, like I have my little nightly cup and I don't know what's all in it, but whatever it is relaxes me so much to where I don't even care about what transpired during the day. So if tea isn't your thing, like maybe some other type of beverage at night. I don't really know what else unless you're gonna drink like wine or something. But for me, during the week, I like to kind of keep it tea related. And then when I do have wine, it's on the weekends. But yeah, like consider incorporating tea into your routine. I think that there are a lot of different flavors. And I know there are a lot of different flavors out there for every like type of taste. And if you get something specifically calming, like the lavender stress teas or even like chamomile tea, I do feel like you'll see a difference if you do it consistently. It just, for some reason, it just really calms you down. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do, and I'll do this in the middle of the day, but sometimes I do it in the evening after I clock out, is to take a mini walk. I know I'm in Southern California, as I mentioned before, and we have been locked down for about like a little over a year. Like we've opened up a little bit, but then we've closed again. So we have not really had a lot of outside time, like free outside time, should I say. So before the lockdown, I was going outside all the time, but I have found myself just for days at a time cooped up in the house, and that's not good for you. So what I like to do when I'm feeling stressed or when I just need to kind of like just relax and unwind is I'll take a mini walk. So I have a pretty big apartment complex, so I can kind of do a couple of laps around the complex and not actually have to go outside. Or if I feel like it, I can kind of like walk outside, walk around the neighborhood because it is residential. So depending on how your complex is, or if you live in a house, if you live in a busy area, consider taking a walk, just going outside and getting some fresh air. I like to do this, again, sometimes in the middle of the day, like when I take lunch, because it kind of just breaks up the day. If I've been in the house all day and have not gone outside, just that quick, maybe 10 to 15 minutes of just getting some fresh air will help me out mentally. It just makes me feel better. And then when I go back to work, I feel like I have a clear head. And then again, there are times when I do it in the evening after I get off, depending on what the weather is and you know how cold it is. Just going on a little walk to kind of like reset, and then coming back inside and taking care of the rest of my nightly chores really can just kind of alleviate stress. So consider taking a daily walk. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do is set aside time to listen to my audiobooks or even podcast or watch like my YouTube videos. So I have run into a lot of different situations where I just feel like I don't have the time. And I talk about this a lot, like you have to make time for your self-care because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So what I like to do when it comes to my audiobooks, for example, is I like to listen to them in the morning when I get out of the shower. So as I'm getting ready, I'm listening to the audiobook until it's time for me to clock in, like obviously while I'm getting my son together for the day. And I also will listen to the audiobook depending on what's going on my lunch break. And I'll listen to a little bit of it in the evening while I'm doing the dishes. So that just kind of allows me to just zone out and just kind of concentrate on that book or story. So I'm not even thinking about the stressors of the day. I'm just kind of engulfed in that book. And then even with YouTube videos, like I do YouTube and I watch a lot of YouTube. So I have my favorite YouTubers that I like to watch. And then when I get the notifications, there are just some times where I just don't have enough time to watch the video throughout the day. So I do like to look at those in the evening when I'm having my tea. I can actually sit there and give it my undivided attention, give it a like, obviously, and just zone out and concentrate on somebody else's life, I guess. So consider doing things like that, or honestly, whatever activity you can do mindlessly, consider something like that to help you get your mind off of the stressors of the day. Y'all, why did I think I was recording and I was talking and I wasn't recording? Anyway, my last tip is to get cute. Get cute. I think that with this past year and everything being shut down and us not going out as much as we used to, not being able to do the things we used to, a lot of us have just kind of become complacent with mediocrity. And when I say this, I'm not trying to like offend anybody or whatever, but I'm gonna just use myself as an example. I used to get dressed every single day and I would put on makeup every day. I would do my hair every day. Like, I'm not talking about doing the most, but just like basic maintenance, right? So I felt like I was always presentable because I had somewhere to go. And then even on the weekends, you know, I'm getting dressed and, you know, going out and doing whatever I'm doing. But with quarantine, because we have not been able to go out like that, I have been very lax. So I'm not sitting around dirty or nothing. Like, I'll take my shower, brush my teeth, wash my face, I'll do all that. But as far as like putting on makeup, I'm only doing that when I'm filming or if I'm taking pictures, or, you know, if I go somewhere, I may or may not put on some makeup. It depends. And then getting dressed, I've been living in leggings and sweats. Honey, I don't even know if my jeans fit no more. I'm just gonna keep it honest. But I will say that the times when I do actually like make a conscious effort to get ready, put on something cute, do my hair, do my makeup, you know, like I do feel good. It reminds me that I'm not just a troll, you know, I do actually look nice when I try, and that can kind of like be an instant de-stressor. So if you are struggling just kind of in that instance, like where you're not going out like that and you're just, you know, you just haven't been feeling your best because you haven't gotten dressed, try getting dressed. Try like just showing up and showing out, even if it's just for yourself or, you know, for your boo or whatever. Get yourself together. I do feel like there is a correlation between mental health and the way we look. Not saying that looks are everything. I don't want to put that out there, but I think you know what I mean. When we look our best and feel our best, that instantly boosts our mood, and that could be a de-stressor. So consider getting cute if you haven't done it in a while. All right, you guys, so that is all that I have for today. I hope that these tips helped. My goal is never to give like crazy, outrageous tips. I don't think that we need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes we just need to be reminded of little things that we can do to alleviate stress, little things we can do to promote self-care within our lives. And I just want to be the one sometimes to deliver that information and be the one to remind you to take care of yourself. So if you enjoyed this video, please go on ahead and give me a big fat thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you have not already subscribed, go on ahead and click on that subscribe button below, and be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. With that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
That they don't salute you. I need a bag, size is super. They turned your back, it's like I never knew you. Leave that.